Welcome everyone to MarkMonitor's first ever video webinar. So we're going to be walking you through our experience with unauthorized sellers. I figure if you're tuning into this, you probably have a product that you are having issues with, sellers on different marketplaces, selling it not abiding by your rules. So we're going to talk to Logan and Josh and go through a number of different techniques that you can use to address that issue. So let me turn it to the agenda here. We've already gone through introductions. Next, we're going to talk about how you identify those sellers. So depending on your business problem, you may automatically know that anybody that's selling online is not abiding by your terms and policies, or it may take a little bit more investigation, I would say. Every company is different, but we're going to talk about that and how do you identify your unauthorized sellers. Next, you go into the segment section, where we're going to talk about, once you have those sellers identified, how do you prioritize them? How do you segment them into different groups so that you can take relevant action on them? And those two different groups that we're going to be talking about are the low volume sellers and then your high volume sellers. Both of these have different approaches that you're going to want to take when it comes to how to address the problem online, with whether or not they're a low volume seller or a high volume seller. And it kind of comes back to the cost benefit of the actions that you're taking. And we'll go through that. And lastly, we'll talk about how you make data-driven decisions in your industry. And when it comes to these different sellers, you want to have a way that you can set in place new policies, perhaps, that help you avoid these issues in the future. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll wrap it up finally with a Q&A in the last 15 minutes of the presentation.